Reid Johnson from the MarkCast. Ken woke up and chose violence. He woke up and chose violence, Reid. What do you think?
I'm good, Rod. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Hey, before we get to Ken's comment, what's up with you, bro? How are you? Traveling all over? Where are you at today?
Rod, I'm at the Copley Plaza Fairmont Hotel here in Boston. Only the best for you. Last time I was at T-Mobile Arena, the Golden Knights there for the Stanley Cup banner raising, and I'm here, brought out all the stops. Wanted to have the nicest backdrop I could for you.
I'm so excited. The wedding video business must be just awful in Seattle. You're just traveling all over. It's booming.
Yeah, here for the Mariners. Yeah, here for the Mariners. Saw some baseball games, Fenway Park, and now we're flying back here tonight. So,
was the Justin Turner deal the best deal on MLB trade deadline day? That's what I'm hearing.
I was pretty excited. He got an RBI, the first at bat for that. Caught one over the dugout, and then we obviously got who else did we get? Randy Land from Tampa. So it's been exciting, and it was good. Mariners made some moves.
Okay, I guess they went there. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to go there. I follow a lot of what you do, and I feel like you follow a lot of what I do. I've never heard the notion of CFL versus UFL. One game. Let's settle it. Have you talked about this? Because I haven't, but I'm fascinated by the concept.
No, I think it's funny. I think there's a lot of overlap back and forth. I mean, obviously you get players, the NFL and everything, and the top 1% and everything else moving on. I mean, you'd have to give CFL teams by a mile at this point. I mean, there's too much talent there. I know we make jokes and everything about the other leagues and whatnot, but CFL is incredible. The teams, we can talk about some of the teams not succeeding as well, like the Lions last night. But no, I can't do that apples to apples, but I know that people like that. They like to make the comparisons.
Well, I think the average age of the CFL, I'm just totally spitballing, I think is like 28. And I think the average age of the UFL would be 23. It's kind of what you're saying, right?
Well, and you get Nathan Rourke. I mean, that's a whole different thing. And with the Falcons and all that, I mean, if he doesn't want to go back to the CFL, play the UFL, do a season there, get some tape, get an apples to apples comparison. You always hear that with the scouts, that they don't look at the CFL game as a direct correlation there. Hey, I mean, it wouldn't do any worse than sitting on the sidelines as the fourth quarterback in Atlanta or whatever the heck that's going to be. I mean, that's crazy. I still can't figure that out.
Yeah? Why?
Well, of any team in the entire NFL for Nathan Rourke to go to, and God bless him, Jacksonville, and that was fine, and playing behind Trevor Lawrence, but you've got Kirk Cousins making $1 billion there. You got Taylor Heineke, former XFL quarterback, with the Commanders as well, and then you got Penix here from UW. I mean, I watched Penix play the last however many seasons for UW. Like, that's where you're going to go. It's fine. I don't think he's going to see the field at all. He may be in preseason here, and then maybe they'll cut him. But I would go back and I would be a star in Canada. I would take a king's ransom. I would go to BC. I know they made that deal before, but you could be the face of the Canadian sports for the next, decade, or you can go sit and hold a clipboard. Yeah. But God bless him if that wants to be his journey.
Yeah. I just love the debate, right? It's his life, and he's making his decision on it. Will he regret it? I literally have no idea. I don't know of a 26-year-old, because, by the way, he's getting a little old to say that he's young, or for anybody to say that he's young. It's a lifestyle thing. And listen, the NFL comparison, lifestyle versus the CFL lifestyle, it ain't a comparison. It ain't in really any regard. So, by the way, John Ohm writes in, he says, RJ is looking dope. Is that a good thing?
Well, I would take my Mariner shirt over that hideous logo you have on your chest. So I think I would.
Yeah,
I'll take that in.
You are choosing violence. You are choosing violence today. And by the way, Jen from the Four Seasons, she says, well, gotta go. Enjoy the long weekend, y'all. Go Riders. How much do you love the Lions? You love the Mariners. You love the Commanders. You love your team. You love the Kraken. Where are the Lions do you have room in your heart to be upset about what happened last night?
I was pretty pissed. I obviously wasn't watching the game every snap here. We're in Boston, but it's pretty ridiculous. And I love Rick Campbell. He's been on the show. We talk on our podcast all the time. I don't know if he is the one to get the Lions over the hump going into the bye week. I think he said if you're upset, you have that good. Be upset going into the break. I was upset going into the bye week, and I'm even more upset now to get shut out there. To get 4 first downs. Vernon's hurt. You can't protect him at all. I don't understand, and I don't have a lot of faith in Rick Campbell right now, and I would be really embarrassed for the BC Lions to be hosting the Grey Cup and potentially not be in a position to be in it.
I'm writing down your quote. I don't know if Rick Campbell is the one to get the Lions over the hump. That will be appearing on social media near you. Yeah. I'm not. You're not trashing him. I mean, you said it. I mean, at least he has won before, but you make a really good point about them hosting the Grey Cup. That used to be a thing. We'd kind of like to be in the game when we host the Grey Cup. I go back to when the Riders hosted it in 2022. They won 6 games, missed the playoffs, and they got executives of the team going, well, we forecasted a down year. What? Who's believing this? Yeah.
No, and I watch all of Rick's post games in the locker room, and well, guys, and I know we have a good team here, and I know we're getting. I would like a little more fire at this point. I think this is kind of make or break. This is your window with Vernon and everything else. If not now, when you were talking before the break, Lucky Whitehead's now in Winnipeg, that would have been cool to have. So it is what it is, but it is disappointing because that's our team. I mean, we're going to be at Grey Cup. We have our flights booked. We're going to be there, and you would certainly like to see Vernon Adams, going down the field to score.
Dude, that's how I know that our soul's connected. You're like me. We're basically fans that know a little more than the average Joe that have a show. Here we are. But I'm not also going to be connected and worry about what I say. And that's exactly what you are. And, I want to wind this up on this, although I'm not done on the CFL versus UFL thing. I think we got to make this happen. But on the kickoffs and the NFL preseason games in general, I don't really care about who won last night, but I love seeing Bears fans just razzed, and I love seeing Texans fans razzed. And NFL, that's what it's about. And you razzing me about my beautiful jacket and the puke yellow the Commanders that you wear. That's what's fun about it. It ain't about stats right now.
I see a lot of CFL people making fun of the NFL kickoff. I would expect to see that move north here very soon if that's successful in the NFL. I know people criticized it last night. It was the first one, right? I don't think special teams coordinators are going to be giving away all their tricks and everything here going into preseason Hall of Fame game. But if it works, Sam Schwartzstein, who made the rule, he's been on the show. He's a friend of mine. He invented the kickoff. I mean, he has the patent for it. I expect to see that moving north if it's successful in the NFL, and I expect it to be.
Wait. Because you are, your term, not mine, an alternative football league aficionado. The XFL, the first incarnation, was putting the ball at midfield and having 2 guys run and get it. Was it not?
Correct.
Wasn't that was the first one?
Yes.
So then the second incarnation, is what the NFL's adopted. So does he get a financial benefit for this?
He's taken a lot of pride in this. This is really, really exciting to see. I will say, and talk about egg on the face of the UFL not using the kickoff now when they could have had a whole season of it to kind of show people what it looks like, them adopting the NFL kickoff. And then, we had Daryl Johnson on our show, and he goes, well, we wanted it to look like a more traditional kickoff. The NFL isn't using the NFL kickoff anymore, so that's talking about egg on the face there. But no, it's awesome. To think that you put your stamp on the history of football, I think is really cool. And I think to have it be in the new Madden game that came out and all the ESPN talking about it, I think it's a pretty cool thing. And it's cool to see alternative football leagues like they did with the Sky Cam. The XFL did that back in 2001. The NFL adopted that. It's just more, it's just more of those kind of. Innovations going in right now. I think players are going to be required to do sideline interviews during the NFL game. Guess where that came from? Came from the XFL. Came from Brock Heward running around doing interviews back in 2020.
This is where I have to give in because I don't like talking about rule changes. I don't like talking about officiating, but I know everybody else does, so I will. And Jay writes in, Jay Roth, he says, I can't see the CFL changing the kickoff rule. What are they going to do? Change the rule of running out a missed field goal too? Come on. Do we want to make a bet?
No,
Because I'm with you, Reid. I'm with you. I think they'll have to.
I think they'll have to. Yeah, and I think it's going to be good. I think last night is not indicative of what that's going to look like moving forward. I think that teams, even with the XFL back in 2020, it really took till, and obviously COVID and everything, but it took weeks to kind of get all this figured out and going. The NFL, they got the smartest people in the world figuring out these rules. It's going to be exciting and it's going to be explosive and it's safer anyway. I mean, I know you poo-pooed the player safety before, but like I don't want to see 19 of 20 touchbacks every game. I mean, that's not exciting. So at least the ball's in play.
I'm for player safety. I mean, come on, they're my friends. I'm just saying don't bitch about the kickoffs and then also bitch about player safety. You cannot have both. That's all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. Listen, Reid, go enjoy Beantown. My best to your wonderful wife, Dorothy. I love the classic name. I'll never forget it, man. She is an absolute gem. But you know that. You married her.
I think that's the only reason why Farhan and Naylor and some of these guys talk to me. So that I'll take it to the bank.
Hey, I know it, bro. I know how it is. Okay, go have fun. Thanks for the time today, man. Great job.
Yeah.
Reid Johnson from the MarkCast. I just really, really like that guy. And he also ain't afraid to muck it up.